Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast.
And we get the back view of him. And I mean, it's just a mega.
52 yards is a long shot. Magnum PI, what we named him. No idea.
Just a magnum.
Yeah, just a magnum.
Come on cam last year, we said probably 150, mid 150.
Yeah.
Same doe from the morning come out with that 9-pointer.
Here steps out this 90-inch 8-pointer. You're like,
I'm like, okay, well, there's still a buck back there grunting.
Yeah.
And then out steps like another 90-inch 8-pointer. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm like, deer, right there.
Yeah, like
and he's already
yards.
30 yards.
Yeah.
He was literally 5 yards from the base of the tree. Could have been, had a buck down at 1:40 in the afternoon, back there deep on public. 3 does come out pretty early. It was like 245, 24-yard shot, sent to combat veteran, and I tell you what, man, dude, it just smoked. We always get so jacked up when the other person kills. It's just almost like we got it done.
Yeah. And when you killed that doe, I was like, hell yeah, man.
And we come down here to Missouri.
I asked Comey one more time. I'm like, is it a good buck? And he goes, yeah, real good, solid buck. I'm like, all right, boom. And the deer just drops. Sure. Super special to me.
Whitetail Legacy Podcast, bringing you back to the hunt and leaving a legacy. Baller Rut.
Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast. This is our 2021 voice, so it's going to be extra crispy. This is the first episode coming in your ear holes, 2021. The year 2020 is over, and we're on to bigger and, better things. Not bigger, just better.
Yeah.
But we're going to come out with you just us. We're kind of doing a preload episode to a big announcement coming up on the next episode. So we're going to get started with the people that make this possible. We're going to get in the show. Do you have the VIP shout-out?
Yeah, this week's shout-out's going to be a little different. With it being the new year and trying to find solutions to the problem, I'm going to give one outlet here. I think we all know the statistic that 22 veterans commit suicide a day, and I'm going to read out the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, which is 1-800-273-8255. You can call that number 24 hours a day, and then if you're not the talking type, you can definitely start an online chat and message back and forth with somebody. Veterans are out there. They need our help. Sharing this number on your social media or, wherever you can spread the knowledge. There's people out there that you don't know that need to hear that number and know that there's an option and somebody to talk to.
Yeah, I think we should start reading it off every episode. I think it's just, there might be one guy that it affects a year from now, what I mean? And we'll never know, but maybe it will. We do these VIP shout-outs, and, we take it pretty serious. We have the utmost respect for these guys, especially, the people that have been gone through Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's. When we're sitting there with our family, there's people that are gone, protecting us so we can do that. So we take huge respect for those guys, and it's something that we take really serious. So if you guys ever want to reach out to us, you can reach out on any social media or at our email. We'll definitely talk to you. We're not specialists for sure, but we can definitely talk to you and try to help you out in any way we can. Do you have Exodus?
Yeah, coming back with some good news from Exodus. They are now running a pre-sale for their Verizon 4G LTE cellular camera called the Render. The demand for that product has been pretty overwhelming, and they were out of stock during their annual Black Friday sale. But starting now, they're extending some of the best pricing of the year for you guys, our listeners. So all of January, you can save $35 off each camera by using the code RENDER35. That is with a capital R. And this code will also work for the solar panel bundle and the security bundle. So that's some good news there. And if you want to be the first to know about these pricing opportunities, be sure to sign up for their newsletter. And it's at the bottom of their website, which is ExodusOutdoorGear.com. And if you guys don't know by now, these cameras are backed up by a 5-year no BS warranty. Includes 5-year theft and damage coverage. So they simply have the best camera warranty in the business and the customer support to back up everything. And just like we say all the time on here, these cameras flat out work. So Render presale just opened up. Render 35, no space, capital R, to save $35 off, valid anytime in January, and can be used on the Exodus Render or the Render and the SP18 bundle.
Yeah, it's a heck of a deal, and the cameras are awesome. Then the dudes are just solid. You know, what I mean, the older I get, the like where my money goes matters more and more to me. And
right.
I'm just like, man, if I just buy these cameras, I know I'm not only getting like a really solid camera, I'm helping these guys, helping their business. You know what I mean? And they've been real solid to us, and definitely. Oh, it turned me up there, didn't
Turn
you?
you up, yeah.
Turn me up. Turn it
up! Just staring at the soundboard here, just looking at it. We've moved locations. We're in a little warmer spot.
We're in the basement lounge. Life right now for us with work and kids and what we got going on, we work in a craft where we get bumped. I cannot explain what I tried to explain it today to a guy, and I'm just like, it's just a lot. Like it just takes a lot to comprehend it. Like my wife is just now getting it. I've been doing it for 7 years.
Yeah, and then once you get the bumping thing down, you'd be like, well, I can also bid over here. You're like,
or
what?
I can 19A, or I can Rule 9. They're like, what is going on? I'm like, I'm going here. That's what I'm doing.
Here we go.
But homie's been working his ass off here lately, ton of hours. I haven't been, so I was like, I'll drive to your place, give you a break. I should do it more often, really. Drive over here, do some.
I know we had talked
here.
about it just through the winter, where we don't have the heater absolutely blaring in your ear hole.
I don't mind, driving over here a few times and kind of spreading the drive time out a little bit, because I know that you do it, pretty. Or every time. Without complaint. I was trying to say without complaint and like, really good words.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I'm not a good talker, as our reviews have known. So first thing I want to talk about this episode is our 1-star review. Obviously a listener. So whoever left us the 1-star review, thanks for being honest, man. That's the most honest review we've ever got. Just basically says we have nothing about
serious deer hunting.
Which
which
is true. Like I don't think we're very. I feel like we hunt serious, but I don't think we're very serious people.
No, so definitely not.
I feel like that's where he got the vibe. Maybe he takes it like this is life or death out here, and it's definitely not that. We're just out there trying to have as much fun as we possibly can. But yeah, 1 star. These guys are not very serious hunters and don't know anything. And I was like, well, hit the nail on the head, brother. Every year I hunt, the more humbled I get and the more I feel like I don't know anything.
Yeah, and like July and August, we're serious about it. We're out there, we're running trail cams, we're doing everything we can to increase our odds to be successful. Yeah. But then when you get out there and you've been out there on day 8 in a row on rutcation, there's only one thing to do, and it's to have fun.
Yeah.
While trying to kill a deer.
Yeah, you just got to keep going.
Because if you're not out there having fun, and you're getting your ass kicked, it's going to be absolutely brutal.
Yeah, I feel like we were pretty serious, but there was times where, I don't know, maybe we were laughing too loud in the tree and something ran away. I don't know, maybe we weren't serious enough out there, but I don't take those reviews to heart. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get really solid ones. You're like, man, this guy learned something from one of our guests, and we might have helped to be successful, and that's cool. And then you get one like this. We've had a couple like that. And you're like, perfect. Really, it's good to just get kicked in the nuts.
Just what I want to read on a Monday here.
It's really good to get kicked in the nuts every now and then.
Absolutely.
So, makes you think about what you're doing. But that kind of goes along with this podcast that we're doing here. And 2021, everybody's setting their New Year's resolutions and stuff. I don't do that, I guess. I'm not a big resolution guy. I just try to make every year better.
Yeah, I'm just the type of guy, if I need to change something, don't wait until Monday on the 1st of the next month. Do that shit today, man.
Yeah, do it today. So with a lot of stuff, this episode is going to be about change, and it's a lot of different forms of change. But I kind of did like a lot of Googling today on the word change, and the best like quote or thing I found was, "Without change, things stay the same, and ultimately will stagnate and die." So I really like that one. I feel like this podcast, we've always tried to bring, like, we did the Rutcation podcast, the No Picnic, we did the Legend series, we do the normal guy, we do the guy that's super successful, we did the listener shout outs. We're always trying to bring the best content, something different, trying to think about something that something else isn't doing, because you get on iTunes and search hunting podcast, there's an assload of them. You know what I mean? And there's more and more, and we get messaged all the time, guys, wanting to get started and what to do, and we always, this is our gear, exactly what we got going on. This is some stuff that we learned the hard way, and we give out a lot of knowledge we probably shouldn't. But that's just the people we are. We want to see everybody succeed, and that's why we're making some changes. You know what I mean? There's going to be some changes coming up that we've talked about a lot, and we've decided that it's the right thing to do. It's the right path for us. And it was kind of a long, difficult decision. I mean, we talked about it quite a bit of what route we wanted to take. We're not going anywhere. We're not. There's people out there like, damn, this is the last episode. No.
I would say next Wednesday, your ear hole's going to be filled.
My voice is not going away for a long time, unfortunately. And I'm going to keep, what do I keep saying?
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean. I'm gonna say that in the intro, because I guess I say that a lot. I don't know if you guys hear me say that a lot, but if you know what I mean, I say that.
You know
a lot.
what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean. A lot of people out there know what I mean.
You should open it up like, "Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast, coming in your ear hole." You know what I mean?
Just to throw it right at the haters. But yeah, how many? We got like 3 comments in a week.
Yeah, it was pretty quick there. You must have been ripping it off pretty good.
Ripping it pretty good. And we were talking about it. It's like we have no professional speaking skills, no computer, no like. I didn't take speech. You know what I mean? I didn't do anything. So when you say that, you're like trying to give yourself a second.
The split second to get on to the next idea or what you're going to say next. Or, I mean, I do it. I'm sure I got something that I say, but like, I look around.
Yeah.
Trying to get that extra. Look at you. Look at what you're queuing on.
We're like, and then, a lot of times I'm like, you got to rip it, dude. I got nothing. But we're just trying to, bring the content with you guys. But if we get it all the time, like, oh, you got, thanks for messaging us back, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, dude, you have no idea how podunk small dicks we are over here. Just got nothing going on. 3 years ago, right? 3 years? Over 3 years? Yeah.
Yeah, 18, yeah.
Yeah, started a podcast, and here we are still recording podcast, and I don't want to stop. I love it. It gives us a reason to hang out, which is super cool. It seems like if we're not podcasting or hunting, we got too much shit going on.
Yeah.
I was just talking to my wife the other night about how different it'd be when, the kids are gone, and like the friend. It's really hard to stay connected to your friends when you got all this shit going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the same thing for our listeners. Like, people message us, we connect to them, but it's hard to reach out to listeners and say, hey, we appreciate you for listening. We just got so much shit going on, and everybody does. It's not just us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think that's one thing that is important in your life is, your marriage, like, that's going to be your person forever. And just like you were saying, a lot of people have kids, do the life thing, and then when their kids are gone, it's just them and their wife or their husband or, whatever. And then that's who you do shit with. Mm-hmm. And I've seen plenty of parents, or guys we work with. It's just like, oh, yeah, it's just me and my wife, which is cool. Like, I mean, me and my wife could make it if it was just us, but we like to do shit with other people and, hang out as a group and a team, and she gets to meet new girls of, friends that we meet through doing this. Her and Holly are great friends.
Yeah.
And, her and Miranda talk a lot. So, I mean, that's cool. And gives her something to also look forward to. Or if Miranda's into crafting, she's thinking about doing some stuff, so.
Girls need hobbies too.
Yeah, exactly. And
they need to have shit that they got going on, but we're gonna get a little deep on this episode. It's gonna go back to hunting base more next episode, but we haven't come at you with, I don't know, I'm just renewed. It's like I'm fresh. Season's almost over.
Mm-hmm.
We got a couple of hunts left in the tank, but it's so cool. Everybody's like, oh, it's the end of the season, damn it, blah, blah, blah. I think it's kind of refreshing. I guess we're not serious deer hunters, but as serious as we take, hunting, it takes a lot out of you. And you just need that, you need some time to be like, okay, I'm going to go chase some turkeys around. And it's just it's fun. You know what I mean? It's not as serious as deer hunting, for me at least.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm kind of glad you say that because, honestly, the last 3.5, 4 weeks, it's been really dragging on me, trying to get it done. Still out here trying to get it done. Haven't seen hardly shit for deer. Talking to a bunch of other guys, they're not seeing much. And I'm just man, just, 2 more weeks. And then if you don't get it done, then you just get to swallow that pill. You didn't get it done. But now, I still got to be full all in, still checking the mobiles, still out there moving them around, adding up more cams. So, you're still doing your part to try to get it done. And if the deer just aren't on your piece, they're just not there.
Yeah. Us losing that lease and us putting so much effort and so much time and resources into that, and then to lose it the 17th of October, the 12th or whatever we lost it.
Yeah, it was that
in
second
October,
week. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was about to just really get good.
We were 2 days away from literally going in and
killing that buck.
Yeah.
He was edge of daylight every day on that scrape. And there's only one spot he could have been bedding. We could have got 100 yards away from that scrape and killed him.
Yeah.
There's no way that wouldn't have worked. You say that now because you didn't get to hunt it, but there was 4 shooter bucks hitting that scrape repeatedly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
this is just mid-October.
This was just mid-October. This was before it got good, and then the big bang for that piece was late season.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I mean? And it goes back to the topic of this episode. Shit changes. You know what I mean? And change is tough, you know what I mean? But us losing that piece made us work so hard to try and get it done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just a whole nother level of bullshit. So much bullshit this year. That's all it was, I felt like, was just a lot of things weren't going right for us. A lot of bullshit. Hot, and you can make excuses or you can just keep hunting. And that's all we did. We just kept hunting.
We just took it on the chin and
you just kept saying, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You just had to have that positive mentality.
What are you doing? Well, I'm sending it again. That's all.
But there's multiple people this year that I look up to as hunters that didn't kill, that hunt hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's people that didn't kill that really hunt hard. So there's just years that you don't kill, and that's fine.
It's part of it. Yeah.
It's part of it. And the thing is you're trying to kill a certain class of deer. I'm not taking away from anybody that kills a lower class, but that's where your standards are at that class of deer.
Yeah.
So how many substandard bucks could you have killed? I was there for 5 of them.
Yeah, I could have killed one, a real nice 8-pointer that hit the scrape. Fire footage. Got him pre-roll, in, hit the scrape, licking branch, 6 yards. I just let him go.
Yeah. You could have killed the one last day of snake den.
Mm-hmm.
Like a rutted up buck, you know, just not there. Could have killed the other 8-pointer on the top of the hill. There was a lot of instances where you could have killed bucks that other people would have killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got to put that in your back mind, like, okay, when you pass this deer, you're basically signing off saying, I'm cool with not killing a buck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I don't kill this one.
Exactly.
And that's why I keep killing small deer. People tell me, like, why are you killing small deer? And I love it when they say that. I'm like, I didn't think he was small. I was jacked. You know what I mean? And it makes me want to kill that type of deer. It makes me want to kill that right on the edge, like the 120.
That somebody just kind of like take a step back and be like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, where people want to question why you killed it.
Yeah. Because
it's so funny how you can say it's a 120 to a 130, and there's just a huge difference of, oh, shit, that's 130. It's 10 inches.
Yeah.
It's 1 inch on a tine.
Mm-hmm.
1 inch on a tine would have made that an okay buck to kill by most people's standards. But it being a mid 120, no. And I got, well, why'd you kill that deer? You should have passed him. I'm like, you have no idea my circumstances. You have no idea what we went through. I have no idea the joy that deer brought. You have no context to anything in life.
Yeah.
My life. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then it goes from like the 130 to the 140. If you say 140, people are like, oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid buck. You know what I mean? And it's just funny, 10 inches. But a guy says, I shot a 110. You're like, shit, that's 20 inches. There's not a lot there.
Yeah, and a lot of the times it's like deer had no brows. Like it had nubs as a brow.
Yeah.
Like a half-inch brow on each side. If he would have had 8-inch brows, if 16 inches, holy shit. Like,
if he would have had 3-inch brows, he'd have been 130. You know what I mean? Like, I just, like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That close. But no, it's not. And it's funny how you get those comments about, oh, Cody's shooting small deer again. You know what I mean? And I just brush it off like that guy has no context of what I got going on in life, and it's just funny as hell. And it's because people just have to have hate. They just have to hate on anybody doing anything. And if there's anybody, there's nothing worse for me than someone that creates content, video, podcast, anything that says there's too many people guys video and there's too many people self-filming, there's too many people podcasting. That is false. This is America. You can do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? So if you want to do something like that, just do it. Don't do it for anybody else. Do it for yourself. See if you like it. If you like it, great. Keep going. If you don't, wrap it up. You know what I mean? There's so many people that get into it and then they're like, shit, I didn't kill or I didn't get no content, and then they leave, And it's just not the right thing. And that's another topic that we wanted to cover about change. Hopefully 2021 is the year where we can have a positive change. And I don't even want to say the hunting industry, because it's not the industry. It's just hunting social media is the problem. And people are like, oh, the hunting social media problem is them, deciding what posts to put up on Facebook. That's not the problem. The problem I see is me not wanting to follow any public hunting pages because it's just savagery. Everybody is a savage. And I don't know if they just like trolling people, or they're actually like have that much hate.
That's
you know what I mean? But they could just be trolling people just for enjoyment on their end. I have no idea. But if we didn't have this podcast, I wouldn't have any social media. It's just a negative factor of my life, and I'm in a really good place right now. I've done some things that if anybody wants to reach out, I'm not an expert at anything, but I did a few things at the end of the year that really, really helped me out and got me really focused on the important shit.
Yeah.
And no knowledge that I had. People give me free knowledge, and it's incredible what it can do for your life. But we have a lot of positive change coming for us. We wanted to talk about it now, but we're going to have other people on to talk about it. Mm-hmm. But we're excited for it. We hope you guys, can. I know our loyal listeners, they're going to jump on and be excited.
Yeah.
But we appreciate all you guys tagging along with us for 3 years and listen to us talk nonsense like this. We had the last 2 weeks have been nothing but normal for work. You know what I mean? Just an assload of stuff going on. And then it was yesterday, and I was like, shit, we got a podcast. I was like, we got a podcast tomorrow? And I don't know if you had even realized or not.
Yeah, because we had talked late last week, and we were kind of getting a plan for the weekend, and then I was like, yeah, if you, because we had the holiday, so I'm like, okay, yeah, if you just give me 2 days notice or whatever, like I can make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, we're like a day away here from the potential scheduled time.
You were working so much.
Oh yeah,
I was like, there's
totally
no
forgot
way.
about that.
I messaged him and said, "There's no way we're gonna make it. He's working so much.
I was wiped
working
out.
30 hours straight and coming home and working 20 hours.
Yeah.
There's just no way to get a podcast in there.
Yeah, so it's been crazy here the last 2 weeks, at least on my side, and
but we haven't missed an episode in over 3 years, so we're bringing something.
Yeah,
we're bringing something, and we just had a few with the guests, but I thought this would be a good time to wrap up 2020. Just shout out our listeners, really make it about them. If there's anything that they want to know about the hunting industry or the podcasting that we could tell them, filming, we're an open book, guys. We're here for you guys, just like Gary Vee says. You got to give your best content away for free. And I feel like that is the best knowledge we have for someone that's just starting out. If they have we know how to podcast. We've been in the industry long enough that we know quite a bit about it. We know what the bullshit is. We know what the solid stuff is. And one thing that I want to shout out, if anybody says that they're doing this, there's very few people doing this full time.
Yeah.
And if they are, they're doing something else. They're filming for someone. They're editing for someone. They're got a T-shirt brand. They got something else going on. And once you figure that out, once you're in it long enough, you're like, well, shit, I thought this guy did this. And then he films for this guy, and then he has a box that he sends out every month, and a T-shirt company. You're like, shit, this guy's got like 6 businesses going on. You know what I mean? And it's just, there's just a lot more goes into it. But
or like if you just follow one guy on one angle of how you come across to follow that person, and that's all you're just like, okay, well, I don't know about any of this extra shit he has going on. I just think he's doing this, and that's it. But once you get into it, and then you see a piece of content, and you get redirected somehow, and you're like, oh, well, no, this is that guy from over here.
Yeah, but it's crazy how you're like, the shit is so intertwined and how small it is. But if there's anybody that wants any information, because I know when we got into this, that was like the biggest question mark we had. Like, what can you do? What's out there? And I feel like that is valuable, and we can show our listeners some realism. That's like our main thing we've always wanted to do, is we just want to be as real as possible and not sugarcoat anything. There's multiple people out there. I see it every day that they know what they're doing. They haven't killed anything all year, but they still know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And we are the complete opposite. We can kill $3-4 bucks in a year and still be like, we're getting our ass kicked. Because we tell everything. We don't show you all the highs and all the...
Yeah, it's hard to do that in a way that I would like think that somebody would get value out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have something that's worked for you, but just like every podcast we say, I try to say it. This has worked for me, but it might be, or this is what I like to do, and we're giving out some
That's the only
knowledge.
thing you can speak from, because
you don't. But
you don't
we
know.
always say, if we went to Ohio, I don't think I could walk onto Ohio Public and just be like, oh shit, yeah, I'll just kill a hill buck. Like, no, I can't do that. You know what I mean? I might be able to go out there and get lucky. Yeah. But I'm not just going to be able to go out there and be like, yep, this is how I'm going to do it.
You could go out there, have a decent idea of a game plan of what to do, and try to execute off of that. Yeah. But, you get out there and you get boots on the ground, or, from e-scouting to actually seeing that ridge or whatever, like, it's way totally different.
Yeah, super different.
10 minutes into your scouting trip, your game plans could be gone.
Yeah, you're like, well, this is a flooded timber. I thought it was a hill country. That'd be me. I'd be like, shit, this is the complete opposite of what I thought. That ground that I thought I was going to hunt on the piece of public, it flooded out this year. There's it's wide open. I'm like, there's nothing here this time of year. And I thought it was going to be thick, because the map, it shows it thick, overgrown. And I put the cams there anyways, and that one's just junk. I've had a coyote and a squirrel on it in like a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're just like,
my cam's been slow.
Yeah, it's just that doe only season just wrecked that place, dude. My cams. There's that one buck that I've been trying to kill, the goofy buck. That's the only buck that's killable that I think even has a shot. Mm-hmm. And I know I have a really good idea where he's bedded. So a guy just needs to beat him in there. You'd have to go in there at 4:30 though. You have to be set up at 4:30. Just wait an hour and a half, 2 hours in the dark before you can even shoot him.
Freezing.
But, yeah, just freezing. But yeah, I mean, we want to come at you new this year. Just keep the same realism that we have. Keep bringing the best content we can, and hopefully you guys keep enjoying listening to us talk about deer hunting, man. Because we're not stopping. Something that we love. I think we're making a good impact, and hopefully bringing some positivity to the podcast field or the hunting field that is needed. You know what I mean? And there's really good people to follow out there that will really bring you up, really, lead you in the right path. And there's other people that will just make you feel like shit every day. You look at their Instagram story and you're just angry.
Yeah, or, I mean, people we work with, you just get around them and they just have a negative attitude. And you're just like, dude, you can't find one thing that make you happy right now. Like, you just don't have one thing about what we're about to do that you're pumped up about.
Yeah.
Like, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, there's got to be something out there. I'm so laid back at work now. It's not even a factor in my life. Like, it's important to make money, but what I do there used to be real important, and now it's just like I'm just here making money and I'm rolling out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about something weird that's for us is, and I'm sure listeners can relate to this, even with maybe you have a hunting buddy and you hunt together for a while and then you move, or you work with a guy for a while and then you move, and you think back, you're like, shit, I talk to that guy all the time, and then you leave and you never talk to that dude again. And you're just like, all that effort, you know what I mean, and time is just gone, you know what I mean? And he might have been a negative person, like in my instance, it was kind of a negative person, and you like put the effort in to try to like make the day good every day. And then you're like, shh, then you're gone. You're like, damn, I just wasted all that energy trying to make this guy have a good day when I could have just been over there rocking my own stuff. So
yeah, and just like Gary Vee also says, is this going to matter even in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Let alone 3 days or 3 months. Like, is it going to matter? Is it really that big of a deal to bring you down in the moment and let it keep you down for 2 days when in a week it ain't going to mean shit?
Yeah, that's what I tell my wife that all the time. Like, if we have we have a talk, I'm like, okay, is this life altering or is this day altering?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, she's upset about something and you have to listen. Like, you have to listen and do your part to try to you can't fix her problem. Mm-hmm. She don't want you to do that.
No,
you know what I mean? But she wants you to listen.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, okay, is this a big problem at work, or is this like a day? And I don't make it like, it's really good to end it right there. That's a good ending, but she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And she's just thinking I'm going in like talking with the flow. I'm like, well, has this girl been having this problem for a while, or have you been dealing with this for a while, or has it just been a couple of days? And then once she's like, oh, it's a couple of days, she realized to herself, like, oh shit, it's just a couple of days.
Yeah,
I'm
it's just
worked
day
up,
to day.
You know what I mean? So definitely can.
Yeah, it's just like, say kids up here and, kids are being kids, and then next thing you know, they spill a glass of milk on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, now the wife's upset. Well, why are you upset? Like, it's just kids being kids.
My kids are savages. My house is the wreck, dude. But you only get so many spilled milks, man.
Exactly. Just like we were talking in the beginning. Like, you're gonna have an empty house.
Yeah.
I was thinking here, it was just after Christmas or something, and my oldest boy's 4 years old, and I was like, damn, like, it'd be cool to just have you as a baby, just to hold you here and just be chilling here for 2 hours, not have to do anything. My ass be so asleep, but I can't even get up if I had to, and like, that's gone.
Mm-hmm. That's
gone.
And that's how it's gonna feel every
step of different
of
stage,
day,
and
so I mean, I think my favorite age is like the 2 to 3. So solid.
Yeah.
They just love everything about you.
Right.
They think you're the coolest dude ever. But like everybody's like not listening now. Like, oh, they're on the dad shit. Gotta end it. But back to change. We're making a change with some other guys, and we know it's the right thing. You know what I mean? We always say do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something we try to live by as life. We try to live this podcast by giving you guys, content that you can use, and always, treat people with respect. And even when we were talking about public land, like not hunting on top of other guys and just trying to do everything right. You know what I mean? And it's hard to do that.
Just be like, would I want that done to me? Or,
Yeah.
if that was me over there and we were some other guy.
Yeah. When you start thinking about other people, it changes your outlook on a lot of stuff. But that's why we're doing what we're doing. You got, just like we were thinking, is it, you got to think about the podcast as 2 weeks or 2 years. Like, where would we be in 2 years? How much fun would we have in 2 years without doing what we were going to do? Or how much fun would we have in 2 years if we did what we did?
Yeah.
And it's pretty obvious which one's the winner. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's why we started this thing. That's why we're still here. We don't make ass loads of money for doing this. We make enough money to pay the subscription fee to put this up, pay for Premiere Pro, and basically buy gear. Like, not even hunting gear, like filming gear, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like camera gear and shit to get more content. Neither of us has took $1 out of this thing and been like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy this bow, or I'm going to,
no.
We don't even have enough money to buy a bow. Never had enough money to buy a new bow.
No.
But, I mean, it's just, you have to do stuff for yourself, and that's tough.
And
you have to make decisions that might hurt people or affect people, you know what I mean?
I was just going to say, when you do make them decisions and you feel it's the best thing for you, there's going to be people that are going to support you. There's going to be people that are
that give you a 1-star review.
That give you a 1-star review. You're going to pick up some new fans, and you're going to lose some people, and that's a tough thing, but it's part of it, and that's why you just have to do it for you and not be doing it for anybody else. Because when you start doing that, in 3 months, when it turns into a bag of shit, you're just like, well, now I'm wrong, you know?
Yeah. And that's why we want to, bring this episode to you guys to prelude what's going on. And
nice word, bro. I like that.
Yeah.
That was nice.
See, that's one of those words I was trying to find earlier, but couldn't do. You know what I mean? No one else caught that right there, but we did, so it was worth it. But that's why we want to bring this episode to prelude what's coming on in the next episode. Is we knew that doing this, like I said, we might piss some people off. People being like, what are you doing that for? A lot of people are going to be like, oh yeah, that was a smart move, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of our followers are, we're friends with a lot of them, and all the ones that we're friends with, once they understand why we're doing it, no one's going to question anything. You know what I mean? And the basis of everything is friendship and having fun. That's the basis of everything. Because if we didn't do what we were doing, we would probably make more money. It would be more about us, individual, you know what I mean, and not about having fun and, friendship.
Right.
So we're basically choosing that over money and fame, which, I mean, how much fucking fame you get for this podcast. But, you know what I mean? That's what we're doing. We're choosing to put that out there, but that's never been what it's been about. It's been about, we wanted to know about the hunting industry. We wanted to know other people that hunted. We wanted to know how these guys are killing bucks every year. We wanted to know, we wanted to do shit that was hunting related that maybe not was hunting, like go to ATA and go to these shows and, go to the video shows, go to the Badlands Film Festival. And it's hard to do that when you're not in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't have something like, I'm a photographer, I'm a videographer, I'm a podcast guy. Like, you have to have something to get in the door.
Right.
Like, not even to get in the door, but like get in the line to get up there. You know what I mean? And we've got to do that stuff now. And We've learned a lot. We've had an assload of fun. But it goes back to every situation that you were in where you were doing something like that. Our change was the people that, the change that we got coming up, they were already there, and that's what made it fun.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You know what I mean? So definitely coincides with everything in the end is the right move. That's the main thing. Do the right thing. And I don't know how many times we talked about, like, what's our plan? What do we got going on? Is this what you want to do? Because homie sacrifices a ton for this show, like way more than people know. You know what I mean? People think, oh, you record a podcast, you just put it up, and that's it. That's not the truth. So we went into this as a team, and you got to make sure everybody's on the same page going out, because the shit isn't free. There's a lot of time involved in this. I mean, we're up right now, away from our families. Got to drive home in the fog. You can't see 10 foot.
Yeah.
You know, you could be spending time with your kids. I could be spending time with my kids, but we're podcasting, talking about life shit to these people that don't even. They're like, this is a deer hunting podcast. What do we listen to right now? But
yeah.
I just feel like beginning of the year, it's important to reach out to our listeners, and, you know, just like the suicide hotline. If there's anything we can ever do for you guys, don't be afraid to reach out. We're not specialists in any field, but I feel like we're both good listeners. Just like we were having the conversation down here. I was listening to you. You let me talk. I let you talk. We're back and forth. There's not a lot of conversation where you can have with another guy where they're not both trying to be an alpha. They're both just like, okay, I'm cool with this dude. You know, I'm just going to talk.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's not a lot of hunting brands or hunting podcasts or anything that's not trying to be an alpha. You know, we don't want to be the best. You know what I mean? We love getting downloads because it makes the effort worth what we're worth what we're doing. You know what I mean? Putting the time in. It's awesome to see people listen to your show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And you guys are coming through. I mean, last year we had the most listens ever, over 100,000 listens, trackable listens. I mean, that's huge for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's hour wise, 100,000 listens. That's at least 100,000 hours of our voice out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's so much time that what we have said may have changed the way someone did something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's been multiple, I don't know how many people, but an ass-load of messages about, oh, hey, back on episode 49.
Yeah.
I heard you guys talk about this, and then a year and a half later, I actually went out there and perfected or, you know, got it to fit my scenario, and it helped me kill this bug.
Yeah. And that's why we love this, and that's why this episode is about. I want this to be an episode where maybe someone has something to say, maybe they want to know something, maybe they need to change something in their life, and we're the guy that, 100,000 hours of our voice out there. I want it to be at least one episode of not some hunting bullshit 100%, and just like some, if you ever need anything, we're here for you.
Some real talk.
We're just two solid dudes that will. I've had listeners call me, and I've talked to them for an hour and a half that I have no clue who they are. You know what I mean? And that was like when we first started.
Yeah.
I had no idea, and this guy's telling me his whole life story and stuff, and I'm like, hell yeah, man. And people message us on Instagram, and we both message back to them. You know, we're trying to, and it's not like I feel obligated. I'm like, hey, this guy took the time to message me. I need to reply and make it valuable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like I would probably never message in anywhere or anything. But
I'm the same way. I wouldn't be like, hey guys, you know, you guys reached out, and that's why I've said it like 7 times. Like, don't feel, you know, weird or anything. If you got a hunting question, you're probably not going to get the right answer, but we can throw something out there. But you got anything, you guys have been here for us all last year, crushing the downloads. This is the episode where we just want to say we're here for you, and we got some changes coming up. That was just kind of a little bonus we wanted to throw in here to get you guys amped to the next episode. But you got anything you want to say on the way out? This is a weird episode for us, but it's good.
But yeah, it's you know, just clearing the air and giving everybody a heads up of what we got coming up. And you know, we always say leave a legacy at the end of the show, and I think that's something that we all can stop and think about right now is like, what is your legacy that you are leaving? Like, what is somebody going to remember you by? Is it good or bad? Is it something that you're proud of? Or, is anybody even going to remember you? Like, are you going to be that nice guy that opens up the door for everybody at the grocery store? Or, that the cashier sees you do every time you're there? You always hold the door for somebody, So just stop and think about, it doesn't always have to be about you. Be a good listener and build somebody up. Make somebody else's day be better than yours.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that makes you feel pretty damn good.
Yeah, when you can compartmentalize in your brain, like your brain's slowed down enough where you'll be like, okay, this guy's having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to do something about it. Or even if you, like you said, do something small where you open the door, those small things don't go unnoticed. I see people do stuff all the time, and I'm like, man, that was solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one other thing I wanted to say kind of at the end of this, and it's something that I wholeheartedly believe in, and I've eliminated some of it from my life, is you are the people that you surround yourself with. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many people
100%.
have said that on podcasts, and it's just finally clicked where I'm like, shit. And what happens is you get the one person that you're kind of like with, and then you're like, damn, that guy's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
When it finally clicks, then you get that.
Then you're like, damn, that guy is an asshole. You're thinking about all the stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to just, like, cut that, especially when it's, like, family or something, you know what I mean? And that was kind of my deal, family, and I'm just like, man, this is an asshole. I just got to, and it's hard. You're like, man, I'm being an asshole now by just saying, all right, I'm cool, I'm done with it, you know what I mean? And it's tough, but the people you surround yourself with is what you become, and that's why I'm excited about this change. We'll be around more solid dudes.
For sure. And going back to kind of what I was saying is, in like September of 2019, I was like trying to make this mental shift to be like this. And finally, in like March of 20, my wife just went on vacation, come back. I was doing the whole thing here by myself, holding it down for just a little bit over a week. And then like she come back and I was like, oh man, like I'm glad you're back. Time away did a lot. And then like when you are cool with yourself, then you can help other people. Yeah. So even if you're not like there to make somebody else's day better, you still got time to work on yourself, man. Like you can, there's still time.
I don't know what creator said it, but someone said, I just want to be the best me. And I'm like, damn, I just want to, I want to steal that. I just want to be the best me as possible. I feel like podcasts are in a rat race to get to the top, get the most listens, get the most downloads, want to be number one, want to do this full time. That's never been even on the Richter scale for us. This isn't a full-time gig. This is a fun thing that we do, and people listen. You know what I mean? And we get to work with companies because you guys listen and get to, do cool hunting stuff sometimes. Yeah. But, just goes back to doing the right thing and surround yourself with positive people, positive vibes, and hopefully we haven't completely bored you on this episode and you've got some kind of value. It's completely different than what we normally do, but I'm going to be on the road for the next few episodes probably, so they're going to be back when we did it a couple years ago when I was on the road. I'm on the phone, homie's on the phone, guests on the phone. We want to bring you guys content, and we want to be here every week for you guys on Wednesday. You got something to look forward to, and hopefully we brighten your day, and hopefully there's one grain of something that you took from this podcast to make your 2021 a little better. And just like you said, if you stop and start focusing on yourself, it definitely helps out. And it's hard, like when you got a wife and kids, to not, you feel like you're being selfish.
Yeah, it took me 7 months.
It feels like you're being selfish to be like, I got to focus on myself a little bit, you know what I mean? Because the kid's always first, the wife. But you have time to do it all. You just had to make special time for you, like in the morning or late at night like this. We just got to make time. Mine's in the morning. I'm so much clearer when I'm doing it. It's a necessity now. You know what I mean? So, and then when you do good shit, other people are gonna do good shit. People are gonna get involved and wanna you know.
Oh yeah,
do better. So.
Yeah. When you're making a good impact on somebody, and then they're gonna be like, well, I want to get in on that, or I want to, tell me how you're doing that.
Mm-hmm. So we appreciate you guys. We say it a bunch, but thanks for making our 2020 absolutely incredible on the podcast side, and growing with us, learning with us. We have a lot more to learn. We're gonna have a lot more guests on this year. We already got a bunch scheduled up. Hopefully, bring you guys some more fun, laughing content, and not so serious like this episode. And just I want the like Whitetail Legacy. I want when someone says that, I want them to be like, oh yeah, solid dudes.
Solid dudes, yeah.
They have a lot of fun.
For sure.
Like, I don't want them to be like, man, those guys absolutely kill deer. Like, they got it going on. I want them to be like, oh, it's a couple solid dudes, They have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's what I want people to say. I don't want people to say, oh, man, that's the best podcast ever, blah, blah, blah. I just want it to be a couple solid dudes, and that's what I want 2021 to be. Yeah. I just want to be the podcast of two solid dudes out here podcasting. That's my goal. But
yeah.
Appreciate everything you guys did for us last year. And here's to this year. Hope you guys have some fun, tag along, and always do the right thing. Try to think about that legacy that you're going to leave this year, and Whitetail Legacy's out.